All righty. Now we are back live and we can hear you.
Yes.
Hey,
Welcome back again.
Welcome back.
Thank you for your patience. But man, I know you have something to deposit. I always love you and Barbara. I always respected you. I know that even from the time we just come out years ago, and y'all started out by talking about holding hands. That was amazing. Barb talking about holding hands. Y'all always held hands. We was in the mall, whatever we was eating and stuff. Y'all always held hands. But I didn't know at one time that you were squeezing like a vice grip. So you want to pick up right there, Barbara?
And look at our people, Miss Barbara, Dr. Barbara, they're coming back on. Look, they just be waiting.
I bet Doc was saying, you said, you better not show out on me. You better not show out on me. Come over here, girl. Come on here, girl. I'm cracking on you, Doc.
Yeah, I know.
The young folks say clowning. I'm clowning you.
Yes. All right, everybody, we're back.
Do you remember who actually started us to doing that and taught us? You remember that?
I can't remember.
The Happy Hunters.
Oh, okay.
Charles and Francis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah, they were great evangelists, man. Great evangelists.
Yeah.
Well, look, everyone, we are back for our Facebook Live.
Yes, GodFidence.
Monday night.
Yeah, live.
It's not necessarily whatever time it is. We are so glad that tonight we have our special guest that is joining us. Yes, we got our faithful Facebook Live folks.
Oh, yes.
And you know what? I'm gonna let you introduce them, babe.
Well, Dr. Rick V. Layton and Dr. Barbara Layton are Shreveport, Louisiana. He is on the board of World Changers Church International, and he also on the board of Creflo Dollar Ministry. But more than that, he's my friend. They are my friends. He and both.
Yes.
We've shared a lot together. We spent a lot of time together. And I was out there 2 times a month. And sometimes I was out there like every other week. And so I remember one time I came out and Gene wasn't able to cope. So Barb looked at me and said, "Bishop, you like a wet puppy without Gene." So I didn't know what she said. You look like a wet puppy. So I was proud because I miss my baby being with me. So it was just I guess I was just looking like that. I didn't know I was looking like that.
But you know, when you
remember that, Barb?
Yeah, I remember.
Been married for so long, you have this connection. And you know, one of the things you mentioned when we went live earlier today, and then for those that are probably saw that we went live, and you're like, wait a minute, wasn't the text like orange? And so we're now back live again with the doctors. But you mentioned that they have 7 kids. Oh yes. My God, my finger went out the thing. No, it's 7. Y'all see it right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started because we want to make sure that we
yes.
don't hold you guys up as well. So thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys so much for having us. My good friend Bishop Kenneth Fuller. I'm talking about a lot of times, Bishop, I was bringing you there so Barbara and I wouldn't bust up. I just wouldn't tell you.
Yeah. Explain it now.
Yeah. And one of the things Barbara and I were talking about, and we mentioned the other day, you guys, the 4 of us were kind of conversating with the 3 of us, and then I shared with Barbara afterwards that you said, "Is love enough? Is love enough?"
Yeah.
And I began to think about that. First, I said, it takes more than love. But first of all, I think we have to have our foundation must be love. It must be love. And then Barbara and I talked about a counseling session. Well, it wasn't really a counseling session we had. This guy read our mail and he said, "Rick, Barbara?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "It takes more than just love in a marriage." He said, "It starts with love." He said, "But you have to make up your mind in a marriage about things that you don't like about one another. If those things never change, are you willing to stay together?"
It's good. It's good.
And we thought about that. And being a faith man, I said, this man missed God. I said, because I can take my faith and believe God and this thing will change. But I found out that the main problems we were having, I think, and you tell me, was things that still haven't changed.
Mhm.
I mean, after 45 years
Wow.
of marriage in November, and there's some things about me I know she hates, okay, and they have not changed. Not that I wasn't working on them, but it's just a part of me. Little
Yeah.
small things, not significant things,
Right.
and things about you that haven't changed. And
What things?
you know
Yeah,
what?
exactly. We want to know. Facebook too. I'm about to check. I'm about to put in the chat. I want to know. Look.
And we would sit up and argue every 6 to 8 months about the things that never changed, that maybe needs I wasn't meeting of hers. I'll just share one thing. She told me one day, she said, you love to be intimate. She said, but you never hug me.
Mm.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I said, I never hug you. She said, yeah, some days I just want you to hug me. This was 30-something years ago, 40 years ago. And I just started hugging her on a regular basis, and it started to change everything
Yes.
about how she felt toward me, because I believe it made you feel loved.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuller was talking about that last week.
Yeah.
That even in the mornings when we get up, he's intentional about hugging me. He's intentional about the before play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No.
That he kisses me, rubs my feet. He's not looking for just the sexual act, but then that foreplay to just show the love. Because that's what we like, Dr. Barbara Wright, as women.
Right.
We don't want you to
Absolutely.
go in for the kill.
Right.
So
That, I was just thinking that people, a lot of times you say it's love enough, and we have a warped sense of what love is. A lot of times we do. Love is just not being intimate. It's just not that Gucci feeling that you have for a person. It's more than that. It's a commitment. It's the fact that you made a commitment that you're going to care for this person. You're going to love this person. You're going to do all you can to make this person be all that God has called him to be. Because each of us have things in our life that we want to accomplish. And we need somebody to boost us on when we're feeling
Yes,
down.
that's good.
yeah.
We need somebody to say, you can do it. We need somebody to, like you say, rub our feet when we're feeling down and make us feel that this person loves me. This person cares about me. No matter what I do, I have that love and I have that support, and I can go for it. I can do this. I can accomplish this.
Yeah.
We need that.
So you're saying every one of us have a need to feel loved.
We do.
Uh,
We have that need.
I like one of the things I like is words of affirmation. I like her to speak into my spirit, glory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speak into my life. We were in the airport a few weeks ago, and I was coming back from getting coffee or whatever, and she said, "You know what, Rick?" I said, "What?" She said, "You have a very nice walk." She said, "You walk straighter than anyone I know." Oh man, I pulled my wallet out, the credit cards.
Come on. Yes.
Because she was speaking to the little boy in me that brought the king out in me.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, take it down a notch, Bob, because his head's so big now that can't show on the screen.
but do you see how small? And maybe to some people that might have been insignificant, but when she said that to me, because I had been practicing walking straighter, and she noticed it.
Right.
What made you say that to me? You felt like I needed something? Or you just...
I didn't really feel you needed something. I think I felt I needed something. I need to express what I was feeling about you. What I've seen in you, I need to express it. And to just get it out there so you know it. And when you know it, that makes me feel good, because I know that I built you up in some kind of way. But my whole thing was, tell him how good he looks. Tell him how straight he's walking.
Yeah.
So,
Dr. Barbara, as you were saying that, I was thinking about the women that are listening and the men that are listening, that the women just want, the man just wants their woman to say something nice about them.
Every man have an ego. Every man I ever met in life got an ego. We got an ego. I mean, we are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, but we're still men.
Yeah, because what happens
continue.
is that the woman that's in the office is noticing those things, and she begins to say those things. And now that's how you were talking about the other week about a fair proof your marriage.
Yeah.
And so now, like even Fuller, I'm glad you said that, Dr. Barber, because Fuller, I love his speaking voice. So I'm like, hey, I just love the way your voice sounds. It just is so strong. So I'm like you. I'm affirming who he is to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that's good though, because we
So
all
are you guys saying don't hold back on praise? Don't hold back on praise.
Don't, you know, Barb said something that's really, really good. She said, I felt the necessity to express myself. But see, most of the time we feel that to express ourselves, it's always on the negative end.
Yeah.
It's always on the negative end. And you said something positive. And so we need to take that to note, because everyone wants to feel significant.
Right.
Everyone wants to feel important. Everyone wants to feel like they are your only one and need to know that you got my back regardless.
Yeah, but look, what also happens is that even in a marriage is that we don't want to put ourselves out there. Even in marriage, we don't want to be the only one. You're married.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you can't say to your spouse, man, baby, you looking good.
Yeah.
You know, or that those eyeglasses look really good on you.
Yeah.
Or I noticed that, like me, got my hair done today. So Fuller said, oh, look at you looking like you're looking. I'm like, come on, baby. looking like you're looking.
Looking like you're looking.
Come on. So those words just make me want to go and make me want to put my earrings on. It make me want to go and put a little perfume behind my ear, because he gonna compliment. Same thing with Dr. Barber. I mean, that was powerful, Dr. Barber.
So it sounds like what you ladies are saying is that those words that we can speak into one another's life is a form of foreplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, and we want you to keep saying it.
Yeah.
So expand on that, Doctor.
Expand. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. No, I sometimes I'll just play with her and just tell her, you know, start talking about her legs or talking about the hinder parts.
Yeah.
And we go walking in the park. I said, walk in front of me, girl. So
That's what I'm talking about.
I said, so daddy can see the goodness.
Yes.
Hey, Doc, I be peeping in the bathroom at the shower.
Look.
Hey, but see, you guys only been married 4 months. I don't peep in. I just go get in the shower.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
See, that's experience.
Yes. I mean, that's powerful. That's good.
So would you guys agree that you have to make up your mind, though, that say like I don't know, like me with I have a tendency sometimes not to put the toilet tissue on the roll like she like it, and she'll go in there and she'll turn it around. I'll come back later, and because I like it to spin the other way, I will put it back on different. And we've been doing that particular thing, and we haven't even talked about this. But don't I?
I said, what's going on? What's wrong with him?
I mean, that's something that has never changed in our marriage.
I got the answer.
What?
Put 2 rolls on there on the wall. Put one on top of the other. I'm a marriage counselor. I'm gonna counsel you on that.
Look, my big one is the toilet seat being up.
Toilet seat.
But Fuller makes a conscious effort to put the seat down. He doesn't do it all the time. So it's the little foxes the Bible talks about that spoil the vine.
Yeah.
Because we concentrate on the little things and we let that become the big thing that causes us to get out of sorts in our relationship.
Not necessarily your relationship, but maybe yours as well. What is the key to good communication? Why do people have bad communications? Where they love expression. Barb hit on that a little earlier. So can you share a little bit of that? Because I know y'all are big on talking about relationships.
Yeah. What would you say, Barb? I know with me is I had to learn to listen.
Absolutely. That is one of the major things. Not being ready to talk when they're done, just listen to what they're saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't say put all the words in there, but do you
Did you
feel
hear
my
me?
heart? Do you hear my heart? Do you hear me? You know what I'm saying? And just listening.
Yeah.
Hey, I know one of the things, and I'm still working on this, is that she'll express things to me, and a lot of us men, I think, Bishop, are try to be problem solvers, and sometimes she just want to share the problem with me, and she don't want me to be trying to fix it, say nothing else, and we still working on that because I'm a fixer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on,
And
you talk about me, Doc.
does that irritate you?
Stay out of our house, Doc.
Doc, quit talking about me, Doc.
Stay out of
Now,
our
I know
house.
you know me good, but Doc, you don't know me like that. Now, come on, man.
I don't know you like
Tell about that.
Yeah, we just talked about that this weekend, that sometimes as women, we just want you to listen. Don't try to go solve the world yet. I just, I'll say something to Fuller, and he's like, well, that's not what I actually said. I was about to get understand the whole conclusion of the matter. And he's off to fix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, slow down,
And
but
as women, that's part of our makeup. We want to share and express ourselves.
Right.
I just want to tell you, I want to share it and I want to express it. I don't want you to fix it, because if you go fixing it, then it's going to cause me to hold in the things I need to be sharing, and I can't get them out because I'm afraid you're going to fix it.
yeah.
And there's many times she'll tell me, she said, I was going to share something with you, but I don't feel like talking all day about it. I don't want you to be. And so there's been many times that she would not express herself
Right.
to me because she knew I was going to try to fix it. I think that's one of the things that we were talking about, Bishop, the other day, is that many times we don't get to know one another as spouses or the real person because we've never let the person express themselves, tell us what they want to tell us without us jumping in.
With your opinion.
Yes, right.
Right. And
What do you think about that?
And want to solve the problem, that because and we as men, we're problem solvers. So we going out, we're trying to be, the king. We're trying to be the lion in the jungle. We just trying to Mr. Gadget. We just want to fix things.
Yeah, and then
that's what we want to do.
And then I know that sometimes when and not Fuller specifically, but sometimes, like even in my past relationship, my marriage, I'd want to share information or share things, but again, of course, you want the person to listen. But then they give you their opinion, and then they start pointing the finger at you. Well, you actually know what the problem is if you like, well, wait a minute. I just wanted you to hear my heart.
No, that's not me.
That's not you. But it happens to our relationships. And so now, as opposed to the person, it doesn't matter, man or woman, wanted to share, they hold back.
Yeah.
So like, okay. Because I know, like Dr. Barbara said, I know you're going to go all in, and we're going to be on this subject for a whole hour.
And that's one of the things. Am I doing better?
You're doing better. You're doing better.
So you're saying are you saying that you guys still have challenges after 45 years of marriage? You mean the pastors, the doctors got issues?
Yes.
I'm gonna send y'all a trophy. Because y'all told the truth.
What? I just thought that they were perfect. I mean, who would ever think that they would have any issues after 45 years of marriage?
Oh Lord, yes, we have issues. How open can I be here?
Go ahead.
You know what GodFidence is.
Yeah. And you look at me, you know how to look at me and stop me.
Okay.
One of the issues that we had for years was our thought differences on how to raise children.
Okay.
And we would run into that, and I think I would say, well, if this, if that. She said, you always blaming me. She said, okay. And then I had to get to listen to your side of the story, and it made it seem like I was coming against her all the time when we would discuss children.
The good one is yours and the bad one is mine.
Well, y'all got 7. I don't even know how y'all manage it all.
Right.
But I guess I'm saying that to say this, that as you say, we'll be married 45 years in November.
Right.
And if people don't make up their mind, if couples don't make up their mind that they're going to be together regardless of whatever issue it is, whether it's children issues or whatever it is, we're going to be together. These children only going to be with us X number of years.
Yes.
And raising children, I always say, I believe is 18 years of learning how to let go.
Right.
Okay,
That's
when
good.
they get a
That's
certain
good.
age, you have to let them go.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
That's
now
right. You do.
we at the point, Bishop, to where Barbara tells me, let them go. Okay, it used to be her. Now she telling me, let them go. Ricky, forget those children. They gonna be all right. We turned
Right.
out all right. God,
Yeah.
look how we are. God blessed us, and so no matter what the issue is, and one of the things also, we have a date night. We always we
Right.
have a
That's
date
good.
night to where after 40-some years, we've always dated.
Right.
What day is your date night?
Well, some weeks it fluctuates. If we have something busy, we'll put it to another night. But we always keep it. We don't let
Right.
it. We that week we don't, not do it. We may, if it's on Wednesday, we may have to switch it to a Friday.
Yeah,
But
can
we
you
still
go
do
ahead,
it.
man.
Oh, I was gonna say you made a point there. I went to the doctor today, and I was in the doctor office. And they said, "What did you do this weekend?" I said, "Well, my wife and I we did a marriage seminar," and she said, "Well, how do you stay married? What would you tell me to stay married? That me and my husband, what's the key to being married?" I said, "The reason a lot of Christians get a divorce," I said, "because like this phone here, hold something for me, baby." I said, "This is the children bucket," and I said, "The wife from this side put in that bucket, and the husband put in this bucket, and the wife put in this bucket, and the husband put in this bucket, and then 18 years later, y'all ain't putting nothing into each other." So would you elaborate on that a little bit? Why it's so important to communicate and spend that date night together?
Yeah.
As long as we've been married, just the other day I was thinking, I really don't know all of him. I don't know all of him.
What?
I don't know all of him. And it's like it's something new, something exciting every day. And I sometimes I can't believe we've been together this long. I really don't know all of him, but
What do you mean when you say you don't explain to the people?
I guess with marriage, and if you work it right and you do it right and you try to solve the problem, try to do all you can and put yourself out there, it's like a new person all the time. He's just new all the time. He does some things that makes me smile, makes me laugh, makes me irritated sometimes, but it doesn't seem like we've been married that long.
Wow.
I can remember it was just the other day we met at that party, but it's been
Wow.
all these years later.
16, 17 years old.
Yeah, it's been all these years later, all these kids later, but we're still new, and I think we're still fresh.
We're still fresh. We fresh
Amen.
the day
Amen.
we met.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's fun. It's fun. It's exciting. You gotta make marriage fun. You gotta make life fun. You gotta, if you have some problems, you gotta work it out. You gotta work it out and don't hold nothing against one another. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You gotta see your spouse as a person that you've seen so many years ago. I think some people they run into trouble because when they see somebody and they start to date them, they see this exciting woman or the exciting man, and they're laughing and they're just a sparkle. And then
Right.
when you get them, you want to dim that sparkle. You don't want them to laugh anymore. You don't want them to be the person that you've seen over there that you said, "Oh, I got to have her. I got to have him," because they're just exciting. Don't dim your spouse's
That's
life.
good.
Don't. If
That's
you do
very
that,
important.
it has potential to be so bright, to
Right.
be so just illuminating not only their life but your life. But if you dull it, you won't get what you desire, what you really and truly desire. You won't get it.
Can I say something? That while she's speaking, that came to my heart. That touches me. I had to learn to let her be her.
Amen.
at times when I said, no, I don't want that to be her. I had to learn to let you be you so
Right.
that I can get to know you.
Yeah.
Right.
Lord. And when I did that, when I stepped back, I like something that Pastor Taffy ministered about, each person letting the other person be who they are genuinely.
Right.
Right.
And that was so liberating to
Yeah.
me. I mean, I thought I had got to that point, but when I started to hear that, I said, oh man, I've stifled
Yeah.
the creativity in her. I've
Right.
stifled who
Yeah.
she's supposed to be, because there's so much in her. As I step back, like now we're on this broadcast, and I just have to learn to step back and let her talk, say whatever she want to say, express herself, and I learn more about her.
But sometimes as men, we want to control the narrative. We want to control the situation, especially as pastors. We want to be in control. So we're so used to control at the church, and then it carries over into the home. So the wife does not blossom the way she should blossom because of our being in control.
Yeah. Keep going. I'm gonna get the phone. Keep going.
You want to say something about that, Doc?
Not only of men like that, but you can get a female that will stifle the creativity of man.
Yeah.
And so it's very important that we submit one to another.
Right.
That we submit one to
That's
another.
good.
And I'm so thankful. That's one of the major things that I had to learn in marriage after all these years. I don't think we would have made it to 45 years this year if I had not learned how to let her be her, and still working on it.
Right. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And I really want you guys, I really want the audience to hear this. You're hearing a mature married couple that are happy, but they'll say they're still wanting something better. One thing I told Q after being married 50 years, and when we just got married 4 months ago, I told her, and y'all know Gene and I had a great relationship. Y'all know we was happy. People used to look for, didn't know us, and be up in the balcony, and she said, she even look, said, I want what they got. I want what they got. But I married Darlene, and I told her, even though I had a good marriage, I want better. And she told me she wanted better. And if I want better, I got to do better. It's some things I'm doing now that I didn't do before, because like Barbara said, it was more to discover and more for me to express. And Darlene brings more from me, because now, I ain't afraid of nothing. I'm just free to no limits. I'm free to express myself because of the way she make me feel. And see, when we got married a long time ago, it was you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and you didn't. And so you carry these things over into your marriage. Some things that you learned that was wrong, and then it takes 50 years to work them out of you. So
Dr. Barbara, I'm going to share this with you. You'll appreciate this, and all the ladies will as well. And then men, y'all gonna have to really man up. So my baby said to me this weekend, he said, Darlene, we were riding yesterday. He said, what can I do to be a better husband for you? Am I meeting the goals of what you expected from me? And I was like, wow, I don't think I've ever had anybody ask me in a marriage, what can I do better to be a better husband for you?
I'm not married.
He said today, we went walking this morning, and he said, where do you see us on a scale of 1 to 5? Where do you see our marriage? Where do you see how the family is going? I was like, wow, we have a performance evaluation in the marriage, in the family. We do it on our job, but we don't do a performance check-in in our relationship.
First, I asked her about where we are as a family, because we have 2 kids, Austin 17 and Paige 15. And so I said, how are we doing as a family? And then I asked her, how am I doing as a husband? Because I want to know. I mean, why, run your car into a wall when you don't have to? It's less repairs if you fix it on the way, if it just got a flat tire. or I put this, might not even have to fix the tire, might just need some air in it. So I'm serious about that.
Yeah, that was powerful.
So we have to learn to communicate. That is the key, because when you communicate right, you're gonna get along. If you communicate, whether the sex good or bad, you can talk about it and communicate it and make it better. So financially, if you communicate, y'all can get the finances straightened out. So I want to be a good communicator. So that's why I asked her those questions.
Bishop, we do the same. I'm so glad to hear that. We do that same thing several times a year. I asked her, what can I do to make this marriage better, to please you? What is there anything I'm doing that you want me to stop doing? Right. And we communicate that several times a year. And you just asked me the other day, about, am I a good wife? What can I do? And this was just a few days ago. And in turn, I asked her, am I a good husband? What? And there was times we would used to have, when the children were younger, we would have family meetings, and we would let them come into the meeting, and we would let them discuss with us what they thought about us as parents.
Wow.
That's good. That's the bomb.
But we as I heard someone say, we had boundaries. We had, you don't go here, you don't go there, you respect us. And when my children were very young, they say, you got on the children's side, they said some things, but it caused me to change. One of the things was, Daddy, you don't listen. And then I said, Barbara, tell these kids I listen. She said, no, they're right. You don't listen. They were, I think my Regina's, she's in her 40s now. And she probably was maybe in high school then.
Yeah.
When we had started having those kind of family meetings, and they would share things with me. And that helped me as a father. That helped me to begin to work on myself, so that the family could see me as not only a preacher, but as a man of God.
Right. I hear you.
It's a difference in being a preacher and being a man of God.
That's right. Now, see, if Barbara would have said that years ago, you'd have been offended at her, and that would have been some friction. But one thing about them children can be honest, and they will tell you the truth. If you don't want to hear it, they will tell you the truth.
Yes.
And so that communication, like you guys saying, it is everything. It is everything.
Yeah,
and it's just so good to see two people that come together, having these type of discussions to the body of Christ, and helping all of us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Y'all for real are helping tonight.
Right, y'all helping us tonight.
I almost feel like we got to have a part 2.
Right, to this
discussion. I do have a question. Ooh, I don't know, baby. Should I ask y'all just about anything 45 years? Can we ask?
Yeah.
I got 2 questions, but I'm going to start with the first one. So you mentioned, Doc, about being in ministry, being a pastor, being a man of God. And Dr. Barbara, have you always been in ministry full time, or you worked outside of the home, or I'm curious as to what does that look like, with you both being in ministry and traveling, and how that worked with schedules and children and busy life and intimacy, all of that going just the crazy busy. Pastor Tapper did a teaching on crazy busy. Woo! If y'all haven't seen that, go back and watch that crazy busy. So I said a lot, but I mean, where
we've been in full-time ministry since '86.
Okay.
We've been in full-time ministry, been preaching much longer than that, and so forth. But we would schedule everything. We would schedule, our date night was always Wednesday. It was always Wednesday.
Okay.
Friday was family night.
Okay.
We would sit with the children, and we did things with the children, have popcorn, so forth, and so on. And then we would when we travel, we would have at least once a year, we would take the whole family, pay for everyone, we even do that since they're
Yeah.
grown. We trying to
Right.
get them to go on a trip now. We pay for everything. So it takes a lot of work to do those things. But there was a time when I didn't have any sense. I'm tired of telling on myself, but I didn't have any sense. And ministry was everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would drag you to the
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
We in there praying. She trying to go to sleep. I'm saying, look, we got to talk to God. She said, you talk to God. You the man of God. I said, oh Lord. And then I got to stop praying, and we about to argue now. But yeah, we had to work on those things.
Yeah.
One time you told me you felt like that I was married to the church.
Yeah,
Right.
I did.
Barbara,
Where's
for
my
all
time?
young preachers.
Yeah. Where's
Yeah.
my time? Where's the family time? I need help with these kids, and you going preaching somewhere. Get back home.
Right.
And so we started
Tape.
scheduling
Yeah.
everything, and 95% of the time, she travels with me, unless she's with one of the grandbabies or something now. But 95% of the time, I want her with me.
Yeah, but Doc, I think all young preachers, they give them a bucket full of stupid pills, and I think we all took them.
Mhm. Oh,
We
yeah.
took
We're
'em.
married to the church, and the
Married
church first, and we got it mixed up. It's God first, being family, and being the church, and we had it mixed up. It was God and the church were the same thing.
Yeah. You know,
And we need to wake. If we don't wake up in time,
Yeah.
it'll make our children despise
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
church.
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
And
And
we
not
have
only
made some of them. We have made
Yeah.
them bitter
Yeah.
and have all against God and angry at God because he took my parents, he took my husband, he took my daddy, he took my mom, and we have kids that are still angry today that's trying to overcome because they thought God was the church and that God took them his parents away.
and Bishop, guys, we have spouses that are bitter with husbands.
Yeah.
Because the man was married to the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is that
And-
absolutely? That's
Yeah.
I can remember. I'm gonna tell this anyway.
Oh, okay.
That,
What you gonna say?
I mean, you're so wrapped up in the church, and the people were just so wrapped around him that I could seem like I couldn't get in there. I couldn't get my spot in there next to him because everybody else had that spot.
that's
And I
good.
remember one day I was bringing one of the baby, I think it was Rebecca, in the church in a little carrier.
Ooh, it's sweating. I'm sweating, Bishop.
And so they get out and they all help him out the car. And I finally struggle and get out the car. And so they walk.
That was when Rebecca was a baby.
Yeah, they walk to the church. They open up the door for him. He pile in, they pile in. And I'm standing out there and the door done swung closed. I'm standing out there holding this baby by myself. I said, no, something got to change
But
right
you told
now.
me about it.
It had to change.
And I had to begin to teach the people that we're one.
Right.
And you respect my wife. When we would have honorary appreciation where they honor us every year, don't just put a chair out for the pastor. If you're going to put a chair out, put a chair out for the king and the queen.
Yeah.
Glory to God.
Yeah. When I go somewhere now, a lot of times they'll come to my door and they will get ready to open my door. I say, no. Open my wife's door first. You have to teach people. One thing you taught me, Bishop said, teach them because they don't know. Don't assume they know. Teach them. And even about giving, he said, you teach them how to give. And I learned a lot from you as well.
Yeah, we talk about pastors, right? But I lead praise and worship at World Changers, and there are some other people that are in other ministry assignments at church. And I can remember a time that I would lead praise and worship once a month, and my sister was going through a healing from a lung cancer, and I remember just being so busy about God's business. I didn't hear when she said, I need you here. And I said, you know what? I can't come home this weekend because I lead praise and worship tomorrow. And she was like, Darlene, do you hear yourself? And so as the years have gone forward and pastor's now teaching on grace, just now recognizing that we have to add balance with life because we can get so busy about the day-to-day Wednesday Bible study, Friday study. And we're not saying anything against the church, you guys.
Right.
We're just saying your family is equally, if not more important, as important as what we're doing in the ministry.
Yeah, right.
And
so
that must be taught, huh?
Yeah.
It has to be taught, Doc.
Yeah.
It has to be taught.
Yeah.
What are, you would say, 3 keys or 4 keys to a successful marriage, or a marriage that have longevity in marriage?
Yeah.
I think one key is realize that your spouse loves you and they are not against you.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Wow.
Against you.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think every time we used to and we very seldom argue now. Thank God. We had a point we very seldom do any arguing.
Right.
But when we would, and when we do, Barbara would always tell me, she said, Ricky, I'm for you. I'm not against you. I'm for you. So anything that I'm saying to you that sounds negative, I'm saying it so that this can get better, not because I'm against you.
Amen. That's good. That's good.
It is. I mean, that's powerful. Yeah. We've got about 5 more minutes that we're gonna be here tonight, or 2 minutes.
No, I was just saying that was one point.
Okay. So still got about 5 more minutes. But
that's
go
one
ahead,
point.
Doc.
So what's another point?
Another one is, I think, is learning what makes your spouse feel loved.
Whoa, that's good.
What is it that makes your spouse feel loved? Again, early in the broadcast, I say I like words of affirmation.
Right.
I like to be affirmed. Barbara likes, this is crazy, I thought she liked gifts. I buy everything for her. She said, you can save your money. She said, if you just help me around this house. She likes acts of service. She said,
right, acts of service. That's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she said it'll change everything. So I think that's it.
I heard 2 things there. I heard 2 things in that. Making your wife feel secure, that love, and then willing to serve. Willing to serve. You willing to serve her. That's 2 in 1 right there. That's 2 in 1. Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else?
You go ahead. Oh, this is going to sound pretty deep, but you guys kind of touched on it. Learning how to communicate intimately with your spouse.
Yeah.
Talking about the do's and don'ts, what you like, what you don't like. I heard you guys the other week talking about, you told, I think, get me straight. You said, I don't like that kind of kissing. This is the way.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes we as men, if we're not careful, we try to bring all that old foolishness that we learn in the streets from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
at 16.
What did you say?
At 16.
No. Yeah, at 16. I'll leave that alone.
Right.
And then your wife hating it, your husband hating it, and that needs to be communicated. Don't force nothing on an individual that they don't want.
Right. Y'all agree on it.
And Darlene talked about it on that, said, well, I didn't do it, but she was saying, don't stick your nasty tongue in my ear. So I can't say, but we bring those old things into our marriage. Now, my thing was, I was trying to French kiss her, and she said, no. And then really, and she showed me how to kiss her. And it was so intimate. It was so intimate. I mean, it turned me on. Yeah. But
I hope I can say this on here. Barbara actually taught me how to make love to her.
Woo!
That's good. That's good. You're a grown man, Doc.
Yeah, so that it would never be any hitting and missing.
Yeah, right.
And we also talked about the other day, Full and I were communicating. So we will communicate. Okay. So in the midst of the communicating, we have to show our spouses how to touch us, like you want to be touched in wherever place that is, so that there is no misunderstanding. The old relationships that we had, we can't bring that here.
That's right.
because it doesn't work the same. It's two different people.
Right.
And so, but anything else, you guys?
You want to say? Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Bishop, you give us one. We didn't give you up 3.
Oh, I did have one before.
Well, no, you first. Go ahead.
Okay, so because I think this is we're gonna have to continue our conversation because my question is about what we're already talking about, which is sex in the marriage, intimacy. And I think because you guys have been married for so long, there's some things that we need to hear about that intimate side that we won't have time tonight to kind of go into. We would love to have you guys back as a guest.
We would love to come back if y'all would have us back.
Oh yeah.
This is exciting.
Can you come back next week? Can you come back next week?
We can come back next week.
All right.
Yeah,
all
okay,
right.
so what
all right. So no, my other one about marriage, the fourth one in marriage was to listen. I heard that's been ringing all night, to listen. Because she been listening to one another. And not just listen verbally, but listen with your signs. You know, the way you, Bob talked earlier about the way you look at a person, the way you look at them, the way you respond to them. Look at their body language and hear them speaking to you through that body language, you know. But you know, I've taught Darlene how I like to be touched as well. She taught me how she liked to be touched. And those things are very important because ain't no way we're gonna miss it. Because you know, I ain't gonna go and find nobody else gonna touch me like that. Because I'm not gonna go and have no affair. So so we may well just be honest and open with each other. You know,
figure it out.
After we had communicated the other day, you know, I know she liked to have her feet rubbed. And I went in there and got the all. Cause see, that doesn't make her feel like she's being used or feel like a piece of meat. You know, like she said, Fuller, I never had nobody treat me like this. Because she said, you know, when you're younger, you know, it's all about you. It's all about you. And it's like bam, bam, you know, that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. But we grown for everything. One morning she asked me that I want a quickie. And I told her, I said, I don't want no quickie. I want to take my time. So so I said I want to take my time. But then Doc, then I told her,
y'all still honeymooning.
Doc, but Doc, I told her, I said, I changed my mind.
I'm with it,
But man, you know, and I thank y'all for y'all transparency, and you know, because that's what most of the people that tune in to us, they say, man, thank you for your transparency. So you're even Pastor was telling us that y'all got something that no one else is doing. Y'all are transparent. Y'all are just keeping it real because we never discuss what we're going to talk about. Yeah. We might have a subject matter that we're going to try to stay within that boundary, but we follow the conversation. Yeah. So, I mean, I thank y'all again. Just love you guys, man. This has been exciting. We want to have y'all back next week, and we're gonna be X-rated. So if nobody don't want to tune in, don't listen to it. I mean, this has been wonderful.
It has been great, and we got all the technical issues resolved. You guys are gonna come back next week at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Doc and Dr. Barbara Layton, we're going in on this next topic, you guys.
Watch this. You guys taught us something from watching you so many weeks. This is how we gonna end it.
Oh, come on, and then do some dancing.
Come on. We're gonna dance ourselves out.
Keep
me away from you, baby. Bag it up, baby girl. Bag it up.
All right, Bishop. All right.
Hey, we enjoyed it. Peace out, baby. Love you guys.
All right.
Thank you guys. Love y'all. Yeah. Great show tonight, Lord.
Oh man, yes.
Look at there. Look at all of our people on.
And 900 years.
This was good. Yes, it was.
We all.
No, we on, baby.
Okay. I'm about to mess up.
But we off now, you guys.
That was awesome.
Tune in next week. Devil.
We got you.
See you guys. Love you.